Hey, so Trump went off on John McCain today. Let's just get right to it.
Because they love me, and they asked me about a man named John McCain. And if you want that to tell you about, should I or not? Yes? Yes? So I have to be honest, I've never liked him much. Hasn't been for me. I've really probably never will. But there are certain reasons for it, and I'll tell you. And I do this to save a little time with the press later on. John McCain received a fake and phony dossier. Do you hear about the dossier? It was paid for by crooked Hillary Clinton, right? And John McCain got it. He got it. And what did he do? Didn't call me. He turned it over to the FBI, hoping to put me in jeopardy. And that's not the nicest thing to do. You know, when those people say, because I'm a very loyal person. John McCain campaigned for years to repeal and replace Obamacare. For years in Arizona, great state. I love the people of Arizona. But he campaigned for years for repeal and replace. So did Rob, so did a lot of senators. When he finally had the chance to do it, he voted against repeal and replace. He voted against at 2 o'clock in the morning. Remember, thumbs down. We said, what the hell happened? He said 2 hours before he was voting to repeal and replace, and he went thumbs down. Badly hurting the Republican Party, badly hurting our nation, and hurting many sick people who desperately wanted good, affordable health care. We would have had it. This would have saved our country over $1 trillion in entitlements, and we would have ended up making a great health care plan, frankly, with the Democrats, because they would have had no choice. McCain didn't get the job done for our great vets and the VA.
He's got a list of stuff. It's not just one thing. He starts with the dossier, goes to the repeal replace. Now he's on to how McCain failed at helping the vets get the health care. He's got a list of stuff.
I love how he opened. He was like, I don't like the guy. Yeah. I probably never will. Well, yeah, you for sure never will. He's dead. You're not going to... Like, what do you think? His ghost is going to send you an apology card? Like, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know. Maybe if dead John McCain comes around and starts apologizing more. John McCain died 7 months ago. See, doesn't seem that long, does it? So it feels like 5 minutes ago he died. Wow. Maybe it's because his daughter won't shut up. Maybe that's what it is.
And they knew it. That's why when I had my dispute with him, I had such incredible support from the vets and from the military. The vets were on my side because I got the job done. I got choice and I got accountability. Accountability meaning somebody mistreats our vets. For 45 years they were trying. They mistreat our vets. And we say, hey, you're fired. Get out. Can't mistreat our vets. They never got it done. And choice, for years and years, decades, they wanted to get choice. You know what?
People don't care that he's ripping John McCain. They don't care. They couldn't care less. He's been ripping John McCain, by the way, his entire political life. Donald Trump, which is about 3 years, his entire political life. He's been ripping him. He ripped his service. Not only ripped John McCain, ripped his service. Said, I like pilots who don't get captured. Didn't hurt him a bit. Came after a Gold Star family. Didn't hurt him a bit. So all that stuff about, we don't
take care of our vets.
Right. So, I mean, but all this stuff about how you have to give respect and how dare, and I don't like Obama didn't give, they don't care. You could disparage the military if they agree with your politics, I guess. Isn't that wild, kind of?
I wrote a news and poem for the occasion, actually.
Oh, really? What is it?
Yeah. I'm indifferent that Trump said something rude about McCain. I think highly of neither and won't fall for the game. The news cycle of distraction is more of the same. The nation's economy of war is the real cause of pain.
Oh.
I usually try to make him funnier. That's...
Ron, we do the snappies. Boy, the snappies drive some people crazy.
Make
Oh,
them
snappy.
triggered.
What? Oh, you guys lost it when you snapped. Really, I was with you till you started snapping, and now you're just as bad as anybody. Snapping?
It's cool, Daddy-o.
Yeah, snapping goes back to beat poets,
That's
right?
right.
So that started with you were the anti-establishment people did this. That was where that comes from, right? And so people then that woman did it with Chelsea Clinton. You're like, what are you doing snapping? I love it. I love the snapping. Anyway, so I just think it's well, there's a little bit more of this. So it just goes to show you that it's just crap. We give lip service to our veterans. We don't actually take care of them. I mean, the VA actually, when veterans are polled, they're positive about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what Trump is talking about here, choice, is, correct me if I'm wrong, what choice is if you have to wait at the VA for your treatment a certain amount of time and you can't get, then can go to another hospital that's not the VA and the government. That's what he means by choice. Right? That's
Yeah,
what
I'm assuming that's what he's getting at, yeah.
Okay.
You're a military person. You're one of our great people. To me, one of the great people. For many decades, they couldn't get it done. It was never done. I got it.
I like how he says, the military, you're all great people, one of the great people. If you're the military, to me, I think you're great. And that's why I didn't want to become one of you, because I didn't think I deserved to be great. And I had a bone spur. So you understand? I'm great, and you're great, but I just couldn't be as great as you.
And the other thing is, we're in a war in the Middle East that McCain pushed so hard.
He's got another thing.
He was calling President Bush all the time, get into the Middle East, get into the Middle East.
He's attacking Republicans. He's attacking Bush and McCain at the same time, and their war. Which I find refreshing, actually. I don't know about you. Am I the only one who finds that refreshing? Okay.
I find it, I find it interesting.
Well, I read these comments all the time that says, "Oh, I'm so entertained by the left eating the left." I find this super entertaining.
No, I'm enjoying this because I find it refreshing when someone tells the truth about the Iraq War and how horrible the idiots who pushed for it. And that's what I mean. And that he said that during a debate too to Jeb Bush. Your brother lied us into a war. It was a big mistake, and people were cheering for it. I mean, people. That's what I'm talking about. I find that. I don't find his as much as John McCain deserves our ridicule. This is certainly horrible form to ridicule a guy who's been dead for 7 months. This is so horrible.
I gave him a nice funeral. The guy's a shithead. What are you doing? How is this at all gaining further support of anybody?
It's just him. It's just him stroking himself off in public, man. He likes doing that
in front of tanks.
In front of tanks. It's not going to. Again, I predict it will not hurt him. That this will not hurt him one bit. Well, let's listen to the rest of this.
Now we're into that war for $7 trillion. Thousands and thousands of our people have been killed, millions of people overall. And frankly, we're straightening it out now, but it's been a disaster for our country. We've spent tremendous
remember that?
wealth.
Remember that George Bush and John McCain, the Republicans, their big war, Dick Cheney? It's been a disaster.
Well, that's what I find peculiar. I mean, and I think you've said this in the past. It's like, well, Trump's going to criticize these wars because, he wants his own.
He wants his own wars. So he ridicules Iraq and he ridicules Afghanistan, and he wants to pull out of Afghanistan, and he doesn't want to do Syria. But that's not because it's because he wants his own wars. He wants to go into Iran, and he wants to do Venezuela. So I love John Fugelsang says, now whenever McCain is trending, we know the president's playing roast battle with the dead guy again.
Roast battle.
That's like a new thing, right?
That's very
now
funny.
We'll be able to roast the dead. Fantastic.
That's very funny. Sidney McCain shares threatening message she received amid Trump's renewed attacks on her husband. But I hope that she has the resources to protect herself. I hope she gets herself into a gated community ASAP. Senator Lindsey Graham. Well, we're going to play you a video of it. I love this. Trump is actually attacking Cindy McCain now for not thanking him for her husband's funeral, just so you have a proper reading on the GOP's cowardice level today. Because the GOP, they're putting their tail between their legs. No one's really criticizing Trump for doing this because they're cowards. I mean, if you're a Republican and you think John McCain's a war hero, would you really let Trump do this? If you had integrity? No, but they don't, so they will. Here's Lindsey Graham.
I love John McCain. I traveled the world with him. I learned a lot from him. He's an American hero, and nothing will ever diminish that.
I bet you learned a lot from him when you saw him hugging and kissing George Bush because he wanted to be president, and George Bush, who had smeared him, he had to go. You mean that's what you learned? You learned how to submit to power? Is that what you learned from John McCain? Because that's what you're doing right now. Watch this. I always thought that John McCain was Lindsey Graham's best friend. Certainly their best friend in the Senate. I don't know if best friend in the world, but certainly best friend in the Senate, John McCain and Lindsey Graham. They're right. And so, after the president just ripped your friend who's been dead for 7 months, ripping him about war. Anyway, here we go.
I think the president's comments about Senator McCain hurt him more than they hurt the legacy of Senator McCain. I'm going to try to continue to help the president.
Those two sentences are so funny. He says that him ripping John McCain hurts the president more than it hurts the legacy of John McCain. But I'm going to continue to help the president. That's the next sentence. I'm going to continue to help the president. What? That's your next. But believe me, I'm in good with the powerful, and I ain't letting go. And by the way, I'm going to get reelected because my base likes Trump too. So I'm not going to ever. This is about my political future, Lindsey Graham. It's not about John McCain or having integrity. This is about this guy rolling over to Donald Trump.
He might have consequences for what I mean, not with me. Like we're cool.
Yeah,
but,
we're cool.
But there
I
might
like
be
'em.
consequences somewhere. I don't know.
There might be. This guy also a veteran.
And a lot of people are coming to John's defense now that called him crazy and a warmonger. So it's kind of interesting to see the politics of how this dispute's being used to bash Trump by people who are against both Trump and McCain.
Really, that's the story? That's the story here? Isn't it amazing how he pretends that that's the story? Kudos to Lindsey Graham. He found an angle that he doesn't have to offend anybody who's a Republican. I find it ironic that people who hate John McCain and Trump are using this now to bash the president.
I'm going to use a diversion, and I'm going to be really good at it by looking away from the camera. I'm doing that now. I'm not looking at the camera. And are we done yet? Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, so I just think that's interesting about the politics of it. What's interesting about the politics of it is you won't stand up for your friend. This, I don't know.
My job is to represent the.
Imagine if Barack Obama did that to John McCain. Imagine what that guy would be saying today. If Barack Obama or anybody, the Democrats, said that about John McCain. Do you imagine what he would? You know what he would be saying, and he's not saying that now. Why? Because it would hurt him politically to say it. That's why. Because it would hurt him politically to say it.
People of South Carolina, they want me to work with the president where I can. I've got to know the president. We have a good working relationship. I like him. I don't like it when he says things about my friend John McCain. And the best thing that can happen, I think, for all of us is to move forward and focus on the challenges.
So am I making too much out of that? I mean, this guy was so full of vitriol. Remember when he was screaming at the Supreme Court hearings? Remember his big display? What? This is humble Lindsey. This is, I like the president. I like my friend John. I like my friend.
And people of South Carolina want me to be that guy, so I'll just be that guy. I mean, that's what they want, and that's my job, I think. That's what I read.
Jimmy, I just saw this quick blurb that Lindsey Graham says about Trump. This is about a year ago. He commands the room. He's funny. He's engaging. He's the guy that I like playing golf with.
See, so this is exactly what I'm saying. Like when they go, no, you can't vote Jill Stein because Trump. Well, he's just like they're all of them. That's the whole thing. They all look like boogeymen. They're all horrible, and the Democrats won't get any better. They just won't. Anyway, there's Lindsey Graham. There's Trump going off like a maniac, and it's certainly poor form. I mean, we're no fans of John McCain, but that certainly is poor form. Even though I think everything he said was probably accurate, right? John McCain did get a hold of the dossier. John McCain did give it to the FBI. John McCain did incur. He was a warmonger. He did push for the Iraq War. He pushed for war everywhere he could find. That's why we don't like John McCain.
Yeah, but if you can't give a rebuttal because you're dead,
yeah,
pretty lame.
No, it is pretty lame of Trump to be doing. I mean, it's just the lame. But again, it won't hurt him. It's supposed to. This kind of stuff is supposed to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you, dude. Going after a guy who's dead. I mean, now you sound like a nightclub comedian. That's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to take the low road, not the president. You're supposed to take the high road and leave that for nightclub comedians. That's what I'm supposed to be doing.
Even had like a comedian-esque opening. He was like, "You want me to talk about McCain? You want me to talk about him?"
Well, all I'm saying is Donald Trump tells us to worry about immigrants taking our jobs, and here he is taking my job. We're announcing our live dates for 2019. We're going to Ventura, California, Hermosa Beach, California, Tempe, Arizona, Austin, Texas, Chicago, Portland, all over the country. Go to JimmyDoreComedy.com for a link for tickets. If you'd like to support the show, please join our Patreon or premium membership. We give you hours of bonus content every week. And remember, if you think you're subscribed, you might not be. Check to make sure you're subscribed and click the bell so you get a notice every time we drop a clip. Thanks for your support.